Welcome to this week's edition of the State of the Escritoire. Yesterday was the Pelikan Hub event, and I attended with these pens to share. First off, I don't even own a Pelikan, but I still wanted to attend this event. I was invited by my friend Aaron at the Joy in Pens and Paper, and it was just a lovely event filled with lovely people. Now, in contrast to the Boston Pen Show, the Commonwealth Pen Show, that was more about vendors, this event was not about vendors. There were, a person or two selling some pens, but this event was about people and enthusiasts sharing what they can with each other. Now, I did get some cool swag, right? I got this beautiful new ink of the year. It comes in a beautiful bottle. This is a blue ink with a gold and a little bit of blue shimmer, I think. I'll have to swatch it and see, but that's what it looks like. Beautiful bottle, too. Like, it's a very nice, it's not flat, it's kind of concave on all the sides. It's very nice in that you've got a lot of negative space that you see in the bottle, kind of the bottom and such, but this will look great amongst the other inks, so very nice presentation. Can't wait to use this. Thank you, Pelikan. Let's get to it. What did I bring to share with folks? I brought a Visconti Homo Sapiens with a medium palladium nib. I brought an F3 pocket pen, and this is on loan for review with a special nib there. I think it's a Nagatogi if I'm remembering correctly. Got to look up the pronunciation. I brought my Jason Neal Tucker with the recent Matt Chen, which is like a bold italic grind. I brought my River City pen with a 1.5 ground to an italic. So we have our two italics here. We had another River City pen with a 1.1 stub. I brought the Namisu Pocket with a titanium medium nib. All of these were inked up for people to use too. I brought a Navahar Narwhal because this is next up for review. This in the F3. Cool nib engraving on this one too. And then over here I had a Flex Party. I have a 1930s Conklin Superflex number 2 nib. Gold Ebonite Feed. Next up is a Leonardo with a custom 100-year-old security Superflex nib. And this is the bigger number 5, so it's more akin to our modern size nibs. And this is probably one of the best all-around nibs I've ever used. We had the Mag 600, very popular. We brought an RT Pen Co. Concord. Love that ink window. As you can see, I went through a lot of ink last night. That was mostly full. And this has a gold FBR FNF full flex nib. And the all-out flexiest of the flexies. Maybe not quite the snapback, much more of a paintbrush feel. Outdoes the Mag 600. This is the Salamander Sharkbait full flex nib. And this is stainless. And it still outflexes my most flexies. This is the most flexy overall. Very different feel than the vintages though. So it doesn't have that snapback, but as far as full flexes go, this outflexes the flexiest, I think. All right, so that's what I brought to share. Now, I met great people. I was able to share some amazing pens. I was fortunate enough to use a pen or two that were beyond grails. I used a pen that cost over $5,000. Someone was kind enough to share that with me. I've already posted pictures of that. It was beyond this world. That people are that nice. I can't thank that gentleman enough. He's part of the Boston Pen People, and I'm going to be joining that society. I'm intending to hit up their next meeting. What else? All right, so I brought my Galen leather journal with me here, and this is where I did most of my kind of impromptu writing. So these were some of the things that people were nice enough to let me use. I tried some Octopus Fluids Sea Serpent. I tried a Pilot Signature, and then we have a wonderful music nib from Franklin Christoph. I misspelled that, I think. I tried a Visconti Medici, I tried that Grapham Faber-Castell 2021 Knights of the Year pen. This was me priming the Salamander Flex for someone. I tried an Anoto, Nelson and Diamine Royal Blue here. I tried a Scribo Flex, Scribo, however I say that, and that was lovely too. I think that was a wonderful production flex. The Mag 600 was a tad bit more flexy though in comparison. Then I tried a wonderful Visconti Opera Master in a 1.3. That's a cool nib, and I really enjoyed this one too. What else did I try? All of the Pelikan sizes. The 200 I've tried before. Here's a 400 Tortoise I tried. Here was a 600 with a medium nib. Another 600 with a broad Architect grind nib. I tried an 800 with a medium and a nice, beautiful Robert Oster ink I really enjoyed. I think that was something gold. I'll have to look into that one. I tried a Pelikan M800 Ocean Swirl, which was, I think, the most beautiful Pelikan I had ever seen. And I also tried the M1000, and it was a fine, and I really like the feel of that M1000. The 600 or the 800 would be kind of my sweet spot. I would love to have an M1000, although I don't think my bank could afford it. But it was absolutely amazing using all of these pens. And these were all from fellow enthusiasts. These were things that they just said, hey, thank you for letting me use your pen. Why don't you give mine a try and tell me what you think? So it was excellent. New package. All right, this package is from FNF, and I have two new feeds and housings, a Bach and a Yovo housing with Ebonite Feeds for new nibs that I have arriving from a friend who got them for me down at the Orlando Pen Show. And those are going on one of many new pens that I have commissioned from a couple different folks, Kevin Zog, RT Pen Co., and Mythic Pens. So stay tuned to that. But this was a brief update. I do need to clean some pens. Those two are up for cleaning next. That's why they're out. Absolutely fantastically loving this Esterbrook Turtle. You can fit multiple pens on there, which is great. And it's very nice and smooth where it holds the pen, so I'm not worried about scraping or scratching pens. So this has quickly jumped to my #1 pen holder. All right, I can't leave you without a ink swatch of this wonderful new ink. So lots of shimmer, lots of shaking. We are using a River City pen with a Kakamori nib here. I think this was Ocean Sunburst, if I remember. That nice golden lapis from Pelikan is chilling up here with the other inks now with a beautiful bottle next to my new wax seal owl. And while this is drying, let's test out something else. So I used this dip nib over here, and because of that, some parts are super duper inky, and that would take probably 5 minutes to dry. No kidding, even if I put a fan on it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna test some Esterbrook blotting paper. This was actually given to me by the rep to review at the Commonwealth Pen Show. So let's give it a try, shall we? I really like this aesthetic here. Beautiful. Very nice. And we've got these smaller ones that are meant to break up and you can carry in your journal. So it's a little bit more convenient than some of these. So I'm guessing all I do is sit this down on top and it will kind of absorb the ink. So let's try it, shall we? Here we go. I don't know if I'm supposed to pat it or anything. I'm just going to kind of let it sit. I don't really want to touch it for fear of smudges. Let's try and lift it up straight and see what we got. Nice. It definitely took off a lot there. Let's see if I kind of blot it like this and go straight down maybe. Oh, lovely. Look at that. So that took off a good amount of ink. And this is much closer to being dry. You can even see there. I'm actually very impressed. I was a little bit worried that the blotting paper would take away and absorb too much of the shimmer and stuff. And it did take away some shimmer, but I don't have to wait 10 minutes for this thing to dry. So that's definitely worthwhile. Here, let's try this P. Now I'm going to push it down and see what happens. Okay. Oh, great. Now I got my nice imprint there. But that is basically almost dry now. I'm impressed. This blotting paper has worked excellently, better than my expectations. But I'm definitely going to be keeping these in my journals and such for blotting. This is very useful. Thank you very much to the rep at Esterbrook who passed these along for review. Now you can see this beautiful ink, Golden Lapis, from Pelikan. Now, if you were at the Boston Pelikan Hub, that's the one I attended, Boston, I hope I had a chance to meet you there, because there were so many good people I didn't have a chance to meet, but the people I met were fantastic, out of this world. I will absolutely be attending the 2025 Pelikan Hub. And thank you to the gentleman who let me use some of the nicest pens that I've ever had the privilege of seeing or holding in my life. And I am looking forward to attending the October Boston Pen People meeting. So I'll probably see you there, and hopefully I'll have some new pens and nibs to share with you. Take care, everybody, and as always, may your journey lead to your own personal serenity.